Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about how community networks are kind of slow going at first, small. And then we're going to talk about a network that isn't so small, running from Yellowstone to Yukon. Because I got a message from somebody who was like, hey, I love the idea of community networks. I love all of these philosophies and ideas that you never actually name. And I wanted to start one. So I held a barbecue for vaccinated people. Had 40 people show up. About 10 said they were interested in starting a community network. And then when we had the first meeting for the network, 3 of them showed up. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Goes on to say that wish they had started it sooner, because they only have like 20 good years left in them. Yeah. Good ideas are always better if they started, a while ago. But just because it is small doesn't mean it can't accomplish things. Just because it will probably be slow moving doesn't mean it can't accomplish things. Back in around 2000, somewhere in there, I heard about a conservation effort called Yellowstone to Yukon. And it had been around for like a decade before. And it was wild, pie in the sky type of stuff. The idea behind it was to connect and protect a stretch of land running from Yellowstone to Yukon. You're talking about a 2,000-mile stretch of land. That's pretty ambitious, especially given that at the time, about only 10% of that land was protected, and connectivity was about 5%. When you really think about it, it's wild. What they did was, rather than looking at geographic features and where stuff already existed, they looked at where animals went. And they used that to determine the areas they wanted to protect. So rather than just thinking of it like a park, you're protecting this interconnected ecosystem that is 2,000 miles long. And it started with 10% of the land protected, 5% connectivity. Today, they've got about double that amount of the land protected, and connectivity is up to 30%. The project is ongoing. The people who started it, they will be gone before it's finished. But because they built the infrastructure, because they had the good idea, because they got it moving, it'll outlive them. It will continue to grow even after they're gone. Today, this little initiative, which is called Yellowstone to Yukon, I want to say they have 200 partners, maybe more. It's measured in the hundreds. And it's not all government. Some of it's private individuals, some of it's conservation groups. There's a mining group that is helping up in Canada. The idea, though, is to protect this ridge of land. Wildly ambitious. And especially for the time, you got to think. This disregards things that would normally matter when you're talking about conservation. Things like state lines or international borders. Because the animals didn't care about it. Neither did the conservationists. So they came up with this goal. And they started working towards it. And I'm sure over time it's gotten easier. They've been able to get more and more done because they have more resources. They get more partners. The same thing will happen with your community network. So you have 3 people. Yeah, 4's better. 5's better than that. The more people you have, the more effective it will be. But even with just 3 people, you can certainly do some of the projects, get some wins under your belt, and then hold another barbecue. People will be willing to join something that is already moving and already succeeding. Most people will pitch in. Yeah, so you only have a limited amount of time left. That's true for everybody. If If you want real change, you want deep change, you have to think beyond your lifetime. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is right now. Anyway, it's just a thought. You have a good day.